In part one, I showed you exactly who to use to do FBM and then what materials to get to actually do it. And now we're going to talk about, because I promised it, how to min max your shipping settings to effectively get the buy box the best chance possible. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. You got to go to your settings and you got to click on shipping settings. This is going to bring you to this page, right? I know a little bit is hidden, but right here is going to be saying create a new template. We're going to click it. All right. We're going to do create a new shipping template. I'm going to do this with you. So then we're going to actually name our template, and we can name it pretty much whatever we want. So let's just keep it at CA template 1 for now. We're going to put the per weight base, because this is how much we're going to be charging for shipping and how much time we can fulfill the actual shipment, right? So the base is setting in Canada, and this is the secret, because most of the time, well, I'm going to break this down East Coast and West Coast. I'm not going to go province specific, because depending on where you are, it's going to be different. But if you're on the East Coast, well, you're not going to be able to fulfill the West Coast in like 2 days. But if you're on the West Coast, you're not going to be able to supply the East Coast, right? So we want to be able to tell the same coastline that we're at, like, hey, we're going to be able to ship to you like as soon as possible, and we're going to maximize the buy box there. And then there's actual strategies to not ship. If you don't want the high shipping fees, well, you're going to be able to avoid shipping to the opposite coastline by charging a little bit more, or not necessarily charging more, but making it a little bit longer of a fulfillment time, decentivizing the buy box going in that coastal line. So let's show exactly right now what I'm talking about. It says regions, Canada. We got to edit that, right? So now, again, like I said, it defaults to everything. Right now, I'm in the East Coast, so I'm going to play as myself, and I want to go and find Quebec and Ontario, right? I want to fulfill all of Quebec pretty much instantly, because that's the province that I'm in, and I can't necessarily fulfill all parts of Ontario inside 2 days. So I like to do Toronto and Ottawa, and then you can figure that out exactly where you are at. So these are the places where I'm really going to be able to deliver in 2 to 3 days, right? As soon as possible. And in my belief, I believe in doing $0 shipping, right? I'm going to price my shipping into my price. It's going to say free shipping, but I already have in mind that it's going to cost me $13, $12, depending on who I'm using at the moment. If I use Stallion Express, it's probably going to go down to $9. But right, so now that's done. We're essentially done on this part. We got to add in everything else. So if I'm going to now go and put pretty much the rest of Ontario, that's like, I would put that at 3 to 5 days. And then essentially the rest, I don't really, you know what? I say that I'm gonna batch the rest of Ontario with everything other than British Columbia. Because for me, I found that British Columbia is, I know I could put Alberta in that grouping with BC. That's really up to you. Let's do it now, because those are really the furthest provinces. The pricing on these are really not that bad, and I feel like I can also make money from. I just can't fulfill in 2 to 3 days, right? So we're gonna keep that at $0, because we're gonna price everything in, and everything needs to be fair here. You can't price. It would be a glitch, but you can't price like the opposite coastline more expensive, unfortunately. But what you could do is you can tell them like, hey, for you guys, it's going to take 14 to 28 days. Right. So with that, it's going to decentivize people living in Alberta and BC to order. And if you still want to fulfill to them because you potentially have a product that has insane ROI, yeah, you can absolutely move this to probably 5 to 10 days. It's going to give you a good, safe, no delays, and people are going to get realistic. Or you could be hyper aggressive and put it down to 4 to 8 days. That still works. You should still be able to deliver in time. Right. Then we're going to go down to expedited shipping. Again, same thing. We can do expedited shipping for only Quebec and Ontario. We can keep all of Ontario, because we will expeditedly ship. It's true. Let's do Ontario. Same thing, Toronto and Ottawa for me. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to deliver to you in 1 to 2 days. This is a glitch, because no matter what, they're going to get it in 1 to 2 days, guys. When you're inside that close, it often is the next day that they're getting their stuff. But during Q4, certainly the closer we get to Christmas, people will pay an insane delivery fee. So I've put this all the way up to like $25.99, and people will pay it, even though if they would have done the free route, they would have gotten it in the same time. So that's a little glitch for the people that live right next to you. But then after that, we can pretty much fill the rest, I would say, because we will use the expedited shipping for the rest. And then I would safely say, if you want to be aggressive, you can do 1 to 3 days. I would probably separate the West Coast for the short time of this video. I'm going to put everything in 2 to 4 days. All right. The 2 day by 11. Honestly, this is, I think, a little bit new. I'm not gonna select this for now, or keep it. Honestly, to be honest, completely honest, I haven't done that much research. I do more of these two. These are the ones that I go through FBM most of the time. So we're gonna go ahead and save. Oh, let's go. See, there's an error. All right, guys, I had to jump right back in. I forgot to select the far north, right? And again, tends to be very expensive, so it sucks, but I'm going to put it down to 14, 28 days. I'll deliver it to them, and it's not going to cost them any more. I just want to decentivize having to ship there. And then once you add that, we can be able to go and save here. And we're going to move on to one more area. All right. Next part here is we got to go back down to the shipping settings where we were before. We should have our CA template. I didn't save the other one. This is my current CA template that I'm currently actively using. We see British Columbia at 10 to 20 days, Alberta, Manitoba. Anyways, you can read this. What the next thing we need to do is general shipping settings. All right. In general shipping settings, what we're going to do is do default handling time, same day, 0. All right. I put my cutoff time at 11. That means after 11, it's not going to be the same day shipping. You can keep this as high as you want. All this really means is you have that same day to confirm using Stallion or ClickShip that you purchased the label. Doesn't in theory, you should have to hand it off, but it doesn't mean you need to hand it off in that same day. So technically, you can. And during Q4, I will extend this further because, well, one, I will be doing multiple FBM runs in a day to really profit as much as possible and get shipments out as quick as possible. But two, it also gives you more FBM percentages. All right. So ideally, we're going to go into edit and then we're going to change stuff and then we're going to change it. And we can go all the way, honestly, to like 8 p.m. because then we're just going to, you have to make sure though, by that night, you confirm with ClickShip or Stallion, which is relatively easy to do. Back to general shipping settings, you obviously need to have out your default shipping address, where you could do manage address. It's going to be blurred out for me, but you are pretty much set after that. You are min-maxed and ready for Q4. When we get really into the deep end of Q4, I'll be maybe doing a vlog and showing you an A to Z day where I label everything and bring it off. Who knows? We'll see how the FBM season goes. I've been really deep into the FBA season this year, but leave a comment if you like this, and who knows? Maybe part 3.